Hey there, my friends, it's Brad, the Bearded Piper, and I hope you all are having a great day. It's Labor Day weekend, so I think today is September 2nd, 2023. I should say it's Labor Day weekend here in the United States. And I've been laboring all day today because I got to get that office out in the garage built. I bought all the stuff, I don't know, a month or so ago, over a month ago, a month and a half ago. And not all the stuff, but just the studs and the everything to get the walls up and the electrical in. I still need to get insulation and order my mini split and those things. So, but I spent all day out there today thinking that I was going to get all of the framing up. It's a little bit more than I thought. I didn't get all the framing up. Lining things up and squaring things up and getting everything cut and positioned and all of that stuff. I got a lot of it done. I just need now to tow in the studs, and then I can start working on the electrical. So hopefully tomorrow night, before I go to bed, it will all be wired up, and then I can go get the OSB board for the outside of the room, the drywall, the insulation, and order my mini split and start working on the final aspects of the room. So, but anyway, that's what we got going on. But I am out here relaxing, taking a load off with a bowl of the Sutliff's Pipe Force Episode 4, The Invasion. This is the Roswitha, and this is an S&R pipe, Stephen Roswitha. This is the Bulldog I bought last year at the pipe show at Columbus. Love this pipe. I don't use it as much as I probably should. I don't know why. But Roswitha is a wonderful woman. I was surprised to see her behind a table this year. Last year, she said she was selling all of her equipment and retiring. I asked her about it this year, and she said, no, she just got a helper. Like, cool. You know, hopefully she'll be there next year, because I went into this show with a pretty low budget because of icon surgery. So she had some really nice pipes this year that I was looking at. One of them was definitely calling my name, but it was out of my budget for this year. It just was. I just had to say no to a lot of things. Papa Bear Pipes had a pretty nice pipe that I really like there too, but again, budget. So, but anyway, so this Pipe Force is interesting. I haven't bought a tin of it yet. Tobacco Pipe still has it. I may order a couple tins, but at the Columbus Pipe Show, if you bought a patch, a Pipe Force patch, they gave you a sample of all 6 of the blends. So just like the I love the Birds of a Feather series, so I was really interested in this. But it's in, you know, your standard, or not your standard, but your thick flakes, just like the Birds of a Feather was. But this is the first one. They're doing it like the Star Wars movies. There's going to be 6 blends, and they're releasing them episode 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3. Just like the Star Wars movies, and because nobody likes the Disney Star Wars, they're not doing the 7, 8, and 9. So, but anyway, this is a light Oriental-focused English mixture, accentuated with 2 novel stove tobacco, Rustica and Catarini. The Orientals are musky and herbal, bringing much of the flavor alongside Red Virginia tang and wood, as well as spice from the stoved Catarini. The stoved Rustica offers a stout body and peppery sensation, harmonizing with a light Latakia smokiness. It's good. It's pretty good. I'll probably end up ordering a couple tins here in I don't know if they still have it in a few weeks, but it's not like the Birds of the Feather, you know. I don't know what it is, but the stove Catarini and the stove Rustica is pretty cool. It definitely has that. It says on here that it's got a Red Virginia tang and wood, and the spice from the stove Catarini. I don't really get much of any spice. I don't get much of the peppery sensation to it. I do get the herbal from the Orientals, but you know, hey, and a little bit of the muskiness. I think I understand what that is. So, but anyway, that's not why I'm here tonight. I'm not here to tell you that I finally got some work done on the room, and I'm not here to tell you about my pipe, and I'm not here to tell you about the episode 4. I'm here to tell you about 2 really important things. Number 1, because I don't want you to skip the rest of the video. I want you to hear this. September 15th is right around the corner, and Ed, Mr. Armchair Piper, has already announced September 15th is the 3rd annual Smoke Rings Around the World. So start practicing now. If you can, upload videos on September 15th or before. And let's just make this a fun thing. If you can't blow smoke rings, there's a ton of videos out there. Most of them are vaping videos, but there's a ton of videos on how to blow smoke rings. Tunnel Take has a pretty good one. And it's, you know, the heavier smoke that you get from your blends, the better the smoke rings are. This one's not a big heavy smoke. I think, you know, I could be wrong, but I think some Englishes have a pretty good hefty smoke, and most aromatics do, but to get a lot of that smoke from an aromatic, sometimes you gotta burn your tongue. So, but anyway. And the second reason I'm here is because my buddy Chad, over at lethal_precision, he is doing a giveaway for 50 subscribers. So go check him out. I just looked here before I got on. He's up to 77 subscribers. I'd love to see him get pushed over 100, 150, you know, within a week or so. I got to talk to Chad for we shared a pipe together, I think Friday night at Columbus, and the next day was his 50th birthday, so he and I are the same age. We're just a week apart, and that was kind of cool. He also has dogs. They raise dachshunds, so that was pretty cool too. But anyway, Chad's giveaway, he asked to do a VR and tell the story of what got you into enjoying a pipe. So I've told this story before, probably more than once, but I'm going to tell it again because Chad asked to hear the story. And Chad, I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you on your video that my VR is up, but if you leave a link, a lot of times YouTube doesn't allow that comment to be posted. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm afraid if I leave a link to this video, you're never going to see it because you're never going to see the comment. So anyway, I got into pipe smoking a little bit different. You know, a lot of people do this, but this is my story. No one in my family enjoyed a pipe. No one. I don't ever remember anybody at all until I got into college, and Mr. Pratt was one of our business school teachers. Remember, he taught business classes at Pitt Greensburg, and he's always take a break, and he would go out and enjoy a pipe. And we used to see him at 1776, which was a little restaurant bar in South Greensburg, and he would be in there and eating dinner and enjoying his pipe. And at the time, I was dating a girl right at the beginning of college, and her religion didn't allow alcohol or tobacco. I'm not going to get into what religion it was. So when I was around her, I chewed snuff from the time I was 11. When I was around her, I never did it. When I was by myself, I did. She just probably didn't know about it because I never really told her about it. So her and I broke up. It was, I don't know, well, I do know it was 1992. It was the fall of 1992. And I went and I stopped at, there is still a store in Westmoreland Mall called Tobacco Village. I picked up a Dr. Grabo. It was a collector's edition. I still have it. I showed it on my special pipe video a couple weeks ago. And whatever their cherry blend or something, one of their aromatics that they had in stock. Nobody showed me how to pack it. Nobody showed me how to do anything. I went out to the car. I packed it too tight. Burnt the hell out of my tongue. Just pretty much gave up on it, right? No, you know what? This is not the Dr. Grabo that I showed here a little while ago, or a couple of weeks ago. So I tried for a few days, and instead of me asking my professor if he could help me, I just gave up on it, right? So fast forward from 1992 all the way to 2006, and I decided that it was time for me to quit chewing snuff, and I bought a pipe. Again, it was a Dr. Grabo. It was a collector's edition. I think it was a 2006. That's the one I showed here a couple weeks ago. And whatever aromatics that they recommended, again, at Tobacco Village, no one showed me how to do anything or anything like that. YouTube was starting, for me at least, just to become a thing. And I remember getting on the forums and asking questions and all of those things. And finally, I asked a guy who shot, I shot clay pigeons with my sportsman's club, and he was on a competitive team, and his name was Fuzzy, and Fuzzy always had a pipe in his mouth. So I asked him if he could show me what to do. Fuzzy took me under his wing. He took me to the pipe club. That's where I met John and Homer and Bill. They taught me everything, how to pack, you know, the different blends, why you should cellar blends, you know, the different nuances in pipes, the whole bit. And then in 2008, I had a health scare. I found out I had a low heartbeat. The doctor told me I started exercise, and at that point, I had pretty much given up the snuff, and it was just the pipe. And it was maybe one a day. And I'm like, you know what? I can't exercise and be a smoker. Now, boy, was I wrong, because there's a lot of folks out there. Jay Furman's one of them. Adam and Nick from Get Piped podcast. There are two more. A lot of people from the Galactic Get Piped. I can't remember the name of it. Their Discord. A lot of folks on there are really active in exercise. But anyway, in 2008, when I decided to give it up, I packed everything up and put it in a Rubbermaid tote. And my wife's like, why don't you just get rid of it? I'm like, nah, I don't want to get rid of it. I'm just going to, you know, I collected it for like, what was 2006, 7, and 8. So for almost 3-4 years. I'm like, I'll just put it all away. So then, in the fall of 2021, I had been tobacco-free for 13 years. I was running my business. I was really stressed out about a lot of different things. I was still trying to play my bagpipes competitively. I was having a hard time coping with the fact that I wasn't getting the practice time that I needed to be competitive. I was working really long hours, and I needed something to help me unwind and relax. And then I was in the basement, and I opened up this Rubbermaid tote. I didn't remember what was in it. I was actually looking for something else. And as soon as I opened it, the smell was like walking into a pipe shop. It was just tremendous. Came upstairs, told my wife, I think I'm going to start smoking my pipe again. She's like, I don't want you to do that. I'm like, I think I'm going to do it. So a couple days go by, I went downstairs, I opened it up, I went through all of this, everything. It was still good, except for the stuff in the glass jars that you flip the lid over, and then it has that little bell that closes it down. All that stuff was dusty dry. The aromatics I had in like the Cornell and Deal style tins that were open were still fine. All of my Boswell aromatics that were still in Ziploc bags were still fine. After 13 years in a Ziploc bag, they did not dry out. So that just goes to show you how much topping and whatever is on there. So I came upstairs, I loaded up a bowl of Boswell's Pennsylvania Dutch Treat. I have a lot of that. I still have a lot of that because it was my favorite blend back then. Loved it, enjoyed it, and then I went to having a pipe here and there, and now it's just part of who I am. In fact, when I was working out in the garage today, I had a corn cob with some Granger in it. So that's where I got started. That's how I got started. But when I went back to it in 2021, I got online to look to see if if there were any pipe clubs around. Couldn't remember the guys' names from our pipe club. And I found, hey, there's the Pittsburgh and Washington County Pipe Club. I looked at some of the pictures on their Facebook group, and I'm like, I remember those guys. So I went to I picked my pipe back up in September 2021, went to the club again in November. But it was amazing. It was like riding a bicycle. When I picked it back up, I didn't have any problems packing. I didn't have any problems keeping things lit. Nothing. It was just like riding a bike. So just hopped right back on. So there you go. It's a 15-minute video that was only supposed to be 8. So that's my story, Chad. I wish you well. Your channel is great. I love your content. Love the hummingbirds in the background, the roosters. I was watching it on my big screen TV here before I came out, and you know, the hummingbirds were flying around, and our dog Amp actually went over and stood up on the dog bed and was watching the hummingbirds flying behind your head. So that's it, my friends. Remember, life is good, but it is better with a pipe.